Let's take a ride. I'll show you how. I'll show you how. I'll show you how. I'll show you how. We're gonna make it happen. Let's take a ride and spend the day in the countryside.
Welcome everyone to season 6, episode 5. This is episode 5, right? Of Kicks of the Castle. This is a podcast by 3 sneakerheads dedicated to that Disney lifestyle. As Walt would say, to all who listen to this happy podcast, welcome. My name is Matt. As you can see, John is out today as he is currently up in the sky on his way to San Francisco. So I'll be your host today. As always, I'm joined by homegirl Ruby.
Hey everyone.
And since John is out, we got 2 homies stepping in. We got Mr. Size 15 himself, Mr. Big Drip Griff.
What's up, everyone?
And joining us all the way from the metric system and the land of milk and bags, we got our homie James.
Okay, that might be the best intro you've done. I actually appreciate that. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Hey, everyone.
And we got a great show planned for you this week. We're going to catch up with some news items. Then we got our Fit of the Week feature. This weekend, World versus Land. We're going to discuss our favorite chill spots at each of our parks. Ruby's going to hold it down with the plant-based option of the week. Then we're going to catch up with recent trips on property and jump into the DMs. But first, as always, let's jump into pickups.
Pick it up, groove. Baby girl, watch how you move. I got them vents on my shoes.
James, you haven't been on the show in a while. What you got, man?
Well, for those who don't know, I did not spend a lot of money prior to my trip to Walt Disney World. I was saving, and my wife has changed. There's other things I needed to attend to. So from February all the way till, well, when we went in early May, I did not pick up anything. But since then, I have a lot. I have a pile that I need to share. I feel like I'm having a Ruby week.
Yay.
So let's start off with when I went down to Orlando and met up with some wonderful people in the Discord community. Let's start with the homie Matt and what I'm speaking from. So you may notice, or hopefully you notice, that I'm a little clearer than I have been in the past. And that's because Matt has graciously given me a microphone, his old microphone, and to me it's new, so I don't care, and hopefully I sound better. But to continue the trend, so thanks, Matt. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the next pickup is big surprise probably for anyone who follows my Instagram. There is a specific brand that I follow consistently, and it is not Sean Weatherspoon, it's not Adidas, but it is a World United. So for those of you on video, you can see it. It is a World United. It is the new tee that their World United team released probably, I guess, a couple months ago now. But obviously, thankfully, Ken was able to just hold it until I went down.
I love that shirt. It's all
so
like
good.
puffy
Puff
and
print.
stuff. Yeah.
I'm like Ruby. I'm like you. I just prefer to wear black, and it's just because I can throw the most colorful sneakers on. And bring me to my next pickup regarding colorful sneakers. It is also courtesy of a World United. So when I went down, there's the green pair of the Love 01s. And so I'm, again, very gracious for Ken for providing these to me. I think I've taken a true sneaker shot of them. I will have to do them justice soon. I'm gonna switch gears away from sneakers for a sec because I want to save the best for last, in my opinion. So while I was also in Florida, there is the hot topic of, in the Discord, I bought 2 Sean Weatherspoon Uniqlo shirts. This one is going to be tie-dyed because it's white and there's already kids stains on it. So I knew for a fact I wanted to keep one nice and white, but I don't usually wear white. So that I knew is gonna have to be tie-dyed. I haven't decided. Maybe it'll be a Discord vote on what color I choose, which would be kind of fun to stick on the clothing. So when I go to Walt Disney World, I do try and stick to having only one gift to myself, or my wife and I decide on one thing, because it can get out of hand quite quickly, as we all know, being in this community. So this is, I think people on the West Coast would know this a little more, because I was super excited to see the Vault collection of the Walt Disney Studios collection. I almost bought the shacket, if you want to call it that. I was very close to buying it, but they didn't have my size on the last day in Magic Kingdom in that shop. But they had this.
Which one is that you didn't get?
It's that shacket. Well, I guess it would be a jacket, and like it was like a denim jacket or shacket. So I had it was black and I had the orange interior, but it looked like
like the gray one.
It's like a thicker shirt.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was like a thicker shirt.
Yeah, I love that. I have that. I love it.
You have it? I almost bought that. If they had my size, if they had the medium, because it is a baggier fit. I buy larges in most things, but for shirts, I traditionally buy a medium just because I prefer them to fit me a little better, just around the neck, because I've got a tiny neck. So it looks kind of silly if I buy a big size. Thankfully, t-shirts aren't like that. Yeah. So before I got back, or when I got back, I visited my friend who owns a Funko Pop shop. And I know Ruby has started to collect them a little bit, if I'm not mistaken.
A little bit. Bro, I have like 200. I don't know what you're talking about.
Holy shit. Really?
You have that many?
Yeah.
Oh
Damn.
my goodness. Okay, well, I try not to buy a lot of them. I try to buy only ones that I really, really want. And so I had to get a pop Goofy because, just traditional OG colors, and it's Mickey and Friends. It's not like the original version, but like it's dressed like how Goofy should be dressed. So, but this is a Disney 100 Pop Funko. It is Walt drawing Steamboat Willie. So for me, this was like a must. When I heard it was coming out, I let my friend know, who owns the shop. I'm like, you need to put this aside for me. I know I can probably just go on Amazon or whatever and buy it, but I want to buy it from you. And yeah, so he put it aside for me once he got it. And this is like I think if you're a Disney fan, even if you're not into Funkos or anything like that, I think this is just a really cool collector's item to have. Now, leading up to the finale, some people would think this is the finale of pickups because you'll see, it's a Jordan 3. So it only is available in small feet. I'm okay with that because I have a size 10 in men's, and I think this only went up to a 13 women's. So I think 11 and a half men's is the biggest size. I don't have my dark iris with me, but it is a different quality leather. It is a cheaper quality leather. Fits the same, feels the same, very comfortable, looks great. I think they did a really good job at not making this like, I don't know, people call it like coffee or pea stained midsoles, but like this is just right. This is just sail. They didn't overdo it. It's just a nice sail midsole. I think this
I didn't know that. I thought it was just white.
No, it's can't really tell. You can tell a little bit. See, it's like a slight color difference.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy to have this pair. It is just such anything in an OG color blocking for a 3, I think is just a W. You could just replace that with any color and like there and there, and I think it would just be great. But yeah, really happy to have these. Didn't think I would be able to get them. Shout out to my Connect on YouTube for sending me the W. I'll say that. So very, very happy. Now, grand finale just for John, the best shoe to come out. Just kidding. I won't hype it. I won't say it's the best shoe to come out this year. It'll be in my top 5, but it won't be in anyone else's. That's okay. It is the Sean Weatherspoon Gazelle. And one of the cool things about this is that you'll see that the patterns are different. So all of them are a 1 of 1, which means similar to the Concepts MX1 with the denim. Everyone's looked very different. That's how they're set up. I personally just love the details around it. I think they did a really good job, like his logo's on the back. I have never owned a Gazelle ever, and I can honestly say these fit really well. Ruby would say they were very comfortable on her feet.
They are super comfy.
I'm gonna touch on QC because John loves the QC of Jordan versus Adidas, and I will say the QC on this pair is excellent. So I have actually no complaints about this, but big surprise, there's no complaints about this. They definitely produced a lot. They definitely produced a lot of these because a lot of people got W's on them. People who wanted them got them, which is great for anyone who wanted them. But yeah, super excited. These are going to be what I'm going to be wearing to a friend's wedding this summer, and with my blue suit. So it'll be light blue suit, so it'll look really good. I'm excited. Yeah.
All right, dope pickups. Griffin, anything recently?
I got a couple things in. Well, Picked up is a very contentious word. I've gotten the Spider-Man Jordan 1s that just came out recently. I have not been able to actually pick them up, so here's a picture of them in post, whoever might wants to do it. They look great. They're wonderful. I can't believe I was able to hit on them, but I actually hit them off of bait. I've actually hit off 2 shoes on bait now. I hit on the Attack on Titans NMDs back when they dropped like 2 years ago now, or a year and a half ago. And then I just hit off of these randomly. I entered in for the rifle, and I was very surprised I actually hit off of them. But got those. Then I got a shirt from one of the bands I like that finally came in.
Sure, I do not know that band, but it's a cool name.
They're Midwest emo, and I'm not going to go into the details of emo, but so this is actually stitched up here, and then the name of the album is Why Would I Watch? And then lastly, I have a one-of-one pickup that you'll never see anywhere else. It is the Cupid United size 15, the only size 15 of these ever, as for right now. And I love them. They're really nice. I've worn them a couple times now, just around, and I had to do a lace swap for the black laces instead of the cream, but honestly, I love them a lot. They've been really nice. Quality's really nice on them. First pair of Uniteds, first pair that I've had a size 15, and I'm glad I can support the company. And otherwise, besides that, that's been really it. I've been otherwise just kind of just saving up and trying to get things here and there. So hopefully some more stuff for the summer though, and things start to drop a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
such a good pair, by the way. Also, that hoodie is freaking awesome.
This, my fiance got this for me for Christmas a couple years ago, and like it kind of sucks down here just because it's so hot all the time. But like honestly, it's like a nice.
I gotta ask, is that a Bobble Bar pendant?
So this is actually the it was released when the 50th happened, but it's not Bubble Bar. It was from whatever Disney's actual like jewelry line is that they have. I found it ever after at Disney Springs, but it's just a pendant, and then it has Mickey with it, and then he has like his ears have crystals or diamonds in it, and then the rest of them is just like really shimmery.
Gucci Man got the Bart Simpson, but Big Drip Griff got the
Mickey Mouse.
Well, dope pickups, man. All right, so before we clear the floor for Ruby, I forgot to show this last week, but shout outs to Rubes, because I can drink in style now.
So dope.
Shout out to Rubes. Kicks of the Castle mug and cup. But yeah, that's all I got.
That's so dope. Before Ruby goes in, I just realized I forgot. I did get a pin because Ruby loves pins. I got a 100th anniversary pin when I was there last too, and a Keith Haring shirt. I was realizing I forgot to show, so I'm wearing it. So I picked up the Keith Haring Uniqlo as well.
Cute.
Dope. All right, Rubes.
Okay, so I did a little vintage shopping this week. There's a place by me that's called like the Little Vintage Mall, and there's all these people that have booths in there. And there's one lady in there that has like Disney booths, so she's always adding like a bunch of cool pins or different random Disney stuff in there. So I got this mug from there, which I'm really excited about, because I'm from Las Vegas, and it's like a take on the classic Las Vegas sign, but instead it says, "Welcome to the fabulous Disneyland Resort." The Mickey is like out a bit, and then it says, "Visit the happiest place on earth." So it's a nice big mug, so I could drink a nice big warm cup of tea. But I was really excited about this just because I was like, oh, this is made for me. It's like Vegas Disney. So I picked that up, and then I got a few pins from there as well. She tends to have like older pins or just like random ones that I like for pretty good price. This one I don't think is older, but it's just kind of a cute one. It's a little haunted mansion one. So it's got like the two little people that are all like scary looking. So I like the way that they look. So I like those guys. And then this is like a cast member pin. So it's got like a Mickey and it says cast member, and then it opens. It's got like the photo of Walt. So
that's so dope.
I've never been a cast member, so I was glad she had this. So I was like, ooh, I can get that. Then there's this one that was from 2016 that was a Walt Disney Day pin. And it's also got like a kind of like a metal, when they do like that metal etching of Walt with some Mickey heads. I love like all Walt pins, so I was always trying to find like pins with Walt. And then the best one that I got that I'm most excited about from this trip is this Paradise Pier one. So it's like back when the coaster and everything like looked like this before it was Pixar. And so this is just like a nostalgia one for me. I actually like it as Pixar Pier, but this does remind me of being younger. So those are like my pickups from them. Oh, and I got like a little Eeyore ornament because she had it for really cheap. And I love all Eeyore things because of my dog. Then for my shoes pickup, hey, James and I will be matching.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
I was pretty excited to get these. I think they're really cool. They're probably my favorite Wotherspoon outside of the Air Max. When I pulled these out of the box, Luigi was like, "Oh my gosh, those are really cool. Kudos to James for loving those." So he knew that you love them, and he gave you a shout out for these shoes specifically. But yeah, they're really nice. I think they look really good. I just got them today. I might swap for the maroon laces. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I really like them. Nice pair. Glad to have gotten them.
What is your toe box? Maybe we should do this and then take it for a picture for John, just so he can see it.
See how fun?
Very different. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We got to compare them. We should take a screenshot and send it to Sean Witherspoon. He wanted to see the difference.
So yeah, those are my sneaker pickups, and that's actually all I got.
Nice pickup, guys. All right, so moving on to Newsies. So we're gonna do a little bit different and have our guests today do the news. So who wants to go first?
First thing I have is about the annual Passport Lounge opening up at EPCOT. So Disney decided that the APs need some love over here. First time in a minute for us that we've actually gotten some love from Disney, but they're opening up a little lounge at the bottom of the land, and in there's some tables, there's a phone charging area, and there's also some select snacks you can purchase there, as well as getting a little sticker that has what our AP magnet looks like, and as well as there being apparently free like candy nuts that they give out that look like the Guardians of the Galaxy gray dude, red markings, completely forgot what his name is. Drax, yeah. There's like nuts that Drax eats in like the movies, so they're giving those out as well. It looks nice from what I can see. It looks a little dingy, like they're kind of just like, we'll just throw some decaf on some tables and just call it a day, because it's not really like in comparison, especially to like the other parks like Universal. Like Universal has like dedicated AP like lounges that are like really really nice. So like it looks kind of like there's like, we'll just throw something together and call it a day for that. So it's still nice that they're doing it, but I wish it was a little bit more like thought out. So we have another story about Josh D'Amaro. So Josh D'Amaro recently was in the news for talking about all the things that are going to be coming to different parks. The first one is going to be $17 billion is going to be going to the Florida parks, with Walt Disney World and all the parks there. There's been a lot of different things that they've been talking about adding. At D23, Josh D'Amaro kind of talked about all the different blue sky projects that they're having, like things that they were thinking about doing but didn't know how they're going to react to by the everyone else. So the first one was possibly adding a Coco and Encanto area to Magic Kingdom. That's one of the rumor spots it's going to be. And then also another rumor has been adding the New Orleans Square and replacing Frontierland with that over in Magic Kingdom, to then have that be tying with Tiana's, and then turning Big Thunder Mountain into a tie-in with Encanto and Coco. So I'm excited to see what happens.
So they're not fixing the Yeti?
Probably not. See, that's the thing that sucks, is I feel like they just like have given up on the Yeti, because I think at this point they would even use it just as structural damage to the ride. So I think that they're just kind of cut their losses. I wish they put that 17 billion, at least 1 billion into fixing the Yeti. That's what they need to do. Yeah. And then the other blue sky thing that I think they're talking about was putting Zootopia and Moana into Animal Kingdom.
It'll be one or the other, is what they're saying.
One or the other, okay.
Moana will be in Epcot. Like, in my opinion, I think it definitely makes sense, like, because it's going to have the Way of Water kind of land in the middle of that I don't want to call it a square, but you know what I mean. The middle by I think it's gonna be on the land side of the Connections Cafe side, right?
No, yeah, you're right. It's right in front of the land. You can see it when you're on the monorail. It's really cool.
Yeah, but I'm excited for this Zootopia thing. I know, Griffin, I know we had talked about it, that you said it doesn't. I think you guys touched on it last episode really well. If you don't understand what Dinoland is, like you shouldn't have to tell a story to understand a land in Disney World, Disneyland, it doesn't matter. It's like, because most of the people that are going there probably aren't gonna know why it's the broken down carnival or whatever, right? Like it's to me, like Disney should be special for everyone, like not just us nerds that like love Disney so much that we're like, yeah, that makes sense. And so like my point was like Zootopia, it just makes sense because there's so many, like if you've like, I've seen Zootopia so many times over the last year because my kids love it. And it's cool having like the different lands that are within Zootopia. Like everyone kind of lives together in unity. So it's, I get like the whole like I don't know, everyone, it makes sense. There are other things that obviously could make better sense. Moana may have made better sense, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited because my kids love Zootopia. And I think at the end of the day, it's almost like the Star Wars thing. Like to me, the reason why the Star Wars hotel did not work, and this is what Kate brought up, who's my wife. I don't know if I mentioned her, but like she said, if that was a Toy Story, like you live in like Woody and Buzz's world or something like that, I think it would sell better. Even though Star Wars has a massive following, it's too much of a niche market still. Like you got to have a very specific person that'll spend X amount of dollars to go live in the land of Star Wars versus like hypothetically, if it was Toy Story, so many more people would go because more people like Toy Story than Star Wars, specifically to Disney, right? And Zootopia, although it's not going to make everyone happy, it's going to make kids happy. It's going to make, and people will walk in and understand it versus what's there now.
I get like your argument, but I don't know that I agree with the like sentiment that they have to like, that everything has to be for everyone. Like, okay, maybe that piece of it is like niche and it does need explanation. And your argument is like, well, by making it Zootopia, it's actually like becoming more inclusive for everyone. And I think sometimes it's okay to still have things that like maybe aren't for everyone. And especially when you're dealing with things that are like in fandom, like that's part of being a fan, is like some people are not going to care about Star Wars and some are, and maybe some people are never going to go to that part of the park. So I feel like I get why they're doing it, but I feel like they don't like everything in the parks doesn't have to be forever, right? Like you can keep certain things that are going to be for like the nerds who have been going this like one part of it forever. And that's not to say, like, I think things like, okay, Splash Mountain turning into like Tiana, like that makes sense to me. I love it. I'm excited about it, but I don't feel like everything has to be like changed into something.
I get what you mean. I think like John brings up a lot, right? Disney's in it to make money with everything, right? So they're gonna go with something like, hey, Dinoland probably makes them like nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's no merch opportunities. Like there is, but no one's gonna buy it. Zootopia opportunity for merch, woo, they're gonna make a killing off of that, right? So it's like they can rebrand a lot of things. I don't know what they'll do with Dinosaur. I'm very curious what they're gonna do.
I hope they don't get rid of it. They'll keep it. If they get rid of all the rest of Dinoland, that sucks, but it's whatever. But like as long as they keep Dinosaur and don't try to retheme it, just keep it as it is, because it does play into like the integral parts of actually like the mission statement of Animal Kingdom. Like it's literally as you walk into the park. Yeah, if you walk into the park, you can see it. Like the words Michael Eisner talked about as the park opens. Like there's a place for animals past, present, and future, and non-existent. Like for past part, well, dinosaurs right there. So at least if they keep that, that's fine. If they get rid of Dinoland, like I'll be upset, but like it'll still be something that's cool, it's new. And like I can admit that they've kind of just been taken away from Dinoland the last couple of years. I mean,
they'll Easter egg it anyways. They'll do a nod to it in something.
And then with the Josh Amaro stuff too, he also did highlight that he says that there's still a lot of spots and area at Disneyland to grow too. So there might be even some blue sky stuff coming there as well.
Where are they going to grow?
There's a lot of space to grow at Disneyland, known for its well open areas next to it.
There's some Disney magic we don't know that's happening that's going to make more sense.
The Disney of magic is just eviction notices.
Yeah.
Maybe let's move on to some sneaker news. We are going to honor John on this one. And there is a new Jordan 1 Low in an OG colorway coming out. It's like a white and university red, very classic, very iconic colorway. And they're bringing back the Low. I don't know when it said it was coming out, but it said before the end of 2023. So we all know there's a Jordan 1 Low wave going on. So what do you guys think of this colorway?
I think these are pretty clean. It's an OG. I love OG Jordan 1 Lows. But yeah, I mean, it's just a classic red and white colorway. I'll probably go for these. Leather quality is pretty good too. As John would say, it's not that plasticky leather, so
it doesn't look plasticky. At least from the toe box, it looks like genuine leather or whatever.
Yeah, nice and tumble too.
Yeah, it actually looks like it's well done because usually the lows look trash with the leather they choose, but in my opinion. But John would say otherwise.
I would say otherwise.
All right. Is that all the news you guys got this week?
That is all the news.
All right. Well, thank you for keeping us updated. Now let's move on to Fit of the Week.
Call this fit held back because this fit is stupid, like dumb.
Every week we pick a post where the hashtag Kicks of the Castle is used. And this week we have Disney Tag Team in Galaxy's Edge with the Nike SB Dunk Low Strange Loves, Mickey Beanie, and a big face Darth Maul vintage tee. Fire fit. I mean, those Strange Loves I wanted those so bad.
Good.
Same.
Fire fit. Thanks for the tag. But yeah, make sure to tag us and use the hashtag Kicks of the Castle in the parks or not. So we are moving on to Land versus World.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Each week, we pick a landmark or aspect from Walt Disney World or Disneyland and decide which park has it better. This week, we're going to talk about our favorite chill spots. So, Griffin, where would you like to go and hang out?
I got 3 big ones. I would say probably my first one that's in park is the reason why Disney World will always be better than Disneyland. Living with the Land.
Brother.
Living with the Land.
Yeah.
The most goated ride of all time. You cannot go on that ride and hear that little pan flute music and you automatically just done, just transported to a relaxation zone. And then when you hear the words, you are truly living with the land, then you're just automatically just like, yep, I'm zenned out. This is it for me for today. I am just absolutely chilled. So in parks, it would have to be Living with the Land for like most chill ride of any of the parks. Second would probably be Pirates, but even then it's not like the most chill just because of the drop. And then I would say out of park, one of my favorite areas to go just like, just kind of just like relax, listen to music, but also like listen to the water is the Riviera. Riviera recently opened, not recently, but opened and has the mosaic area that's underneath one of like the archways there. And in that area, they have 2 fountains. I have a lot of pictures that I've taken over there. And honestly, it's just like a nice like chill spot. You get to see the Skyliners going past. You hear the nice like water in the background. And honestly, it's been one of my places that I go if like anything's going on. I just need to go and think. I'll just go there. And then lastly, another really chill area for me is Wilderness Lodge. I love like the outdoorsy kind of like woodsy like vibe of it, and just like going sitting in front of the fireplace, no matter how hot
that restaurant on the water, right? That restaurant that's on the water there.
Oh, Geyser Point.
Point, like there's like this the chairs on like the other side, like on the water. It's such a chill spot.
I usually sit in the like lobby, and the lobby's just chill in general, but like there's 2 spots in the lobby. Right next to the fireplace, there's one in the bottom area, and then if you go back towards like where the bathrooms are in the wilderness like lobby area, the kind of next to Whispering Canyon there's a staircase that goes upstairs. There's like a little landing that stops in between, and if you keep going upstairs and take a right, it leads you to like a little like sitting area that you can like overlook the lobby. And they have like rocking chairs, like actual big seat chairs, and then they have like a fireplace there as well. It's a little bit more cozy, a little bit more secluded, but you can still get the cool views of like the lobby area. They have a really nice Christmas tree they throw up there during Christmas, and a couple times this year I would just go up there and just relax, look at the Christmas tree and as people watch. So I would say for me, those are probably like my 3 favorite like kind of just going and chill spots at Disney World.
I will say I love that you listed stuff that wasn't in parks because I love that stuff too. And John doesn't understand it because he goes to the parks every day. That's
Disneyland
okay.
can never. Anyway.
Just saying that possibly coming up in a friendly fire episode. Just as a heads up, shout out to one of our other things that we're doing. I will say, can I go next, Matt? Just because the flow.
You are next on the list here.
I am next on the list. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
To piggyback off of Griffin, more than just living with Big Land, I think the Land Pavilion in general is a chill spot. So you can grab a bite to eat if you want in seasons. There's a lot of places to sit. There's actually a spot right beside the Soarin' exit. You can actually chill. Like there isn't much there. It's just like a spot that you can just sit and relax. But I think as a whole pavilion, basically to be chill and air conditioning and hot Florida humidity is a pretty nice spot to be. One of the other spots is, yes, I'm going to say outside the parks, and it's going to be Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's in the middle of nowhere. Yes, I realize that. But I think that's what makes it so special, at least to me, is that you can go have an amazing bite to eat at Sanaa or any of the restaurants there. But then you can, if you're in Kidani Village, it is a very chill spot to go sit and go on the savannah. And so you can see like the giraffes, you can see zebras, you can see ostriches, and it's just a chill spot. They have someone there if you want to ask questions about the animals, and it's pretty cool. Like, so you can be by yourself and just do nothing, sit in a rocking chair, watch the animals, not necessarily have to go into Animal Kingdom to experience the savannah. You can just go there and sit and watch the animals and not have to worry about it. I don't know if you guys as Florida residents can just go in, but
yeah, you can just go in any hotel.
Yeah, so there you go. So I highly suggest it. And for those visiting, highly suggest making your way out there, and just, you don't have to spend the whole day there or anything. It's just a really nice spot. If you're going there for a dining reservation, just go and enjoy the savannah before you do, or after if you have it at lunch. But yeah.
I also had an honorable mention just thought of the Hollywood Studios. What's the name of that place that has beer at it? Baseline Tap House. Another very honorable mention. It's nice just to have like the chill, like ambient music of like different covers of like pop songs, but like kind of like slow down stuff. And honestly, it's like really nice places to chill, and like people watch there too. So
cool. Ruby, what are your favorite chill spots?
So in California, we know how to chill really well. So I will just let all of that slander roll off my back that was totally unwarranted about my wonderful Disneyland. But I will name two places. So in Disneyland, hands down, the best place to chill right now literally is Toontown. The grass, the benches, everything about it, the fountain. It couldn't be more of a delight to have that there. I feel like every time I go to the park now and I want to like just sit down, I would literally trek my ass across the park to go there and do it, just because it's such like a visually appealing place to also chill, and to literally be able to like sit on the grass and like look up at like the Toontown Hill that looks like, with the silly Toontown letters, that looks like Hollywood, but it's Toontown. Like, the theming of it is so nice that you feel like you could literally be a cartoon sitting in the grass. So in Disneyland, that's my favorite chill spot. And in DCA, over by Paradise Garden Grill is where they have the bandstand, and it's just like lots of trees, and it's like lots of seating, mostly people eating, but they always have like good bands, and they play really good music there. Like all the bands play super good music. So I love just like sitting over there, chilling. There's like a beer thing over there. So if that's what you're into, you can always grab beer. It's good food over there. But even if you just want like a place to chill, there's nice shade from the trees. We don't need to escape the heat as much because it's not humid. So it could be warm out, but you can get shade from the trees. And it's just really nice over there. So those are my two chill zones, and I love them both and spend a lot of time in them.
Y'all's Toontown's amazing. Like, I will like, say some stuff here and there about Disneyland just for fun, but like your Toontown's amazing. Like, I really wish we had that. It's just so nice in comparison to like what we have for like our Toontown / like the carnival, whatever it is. It's like so cool just to look at all the stuff there. It looks so chill and just so like vibey there.
Yeah, it's very vibey. This is a good way.
It's what my wife's looking forward to. So Kate is looking forward to going to Toontown the most when we go visit Disneyland next year, because that's our plan. But she's very excited to go to Toontown. Very nostalgic for her.
It's very cute.
Dope. So for me, I mean, I do like AC, I do like shaded areas, but I'm gonna start off at Magic Kingdom. Not a lot of people go here because it is kind of like not a hassle, but you gotta take a boat there. But Tom Sawyer Island, the spot with the rocking chairs where you're looking at Big Thunder Mountain, that is probably like one of the best spots. Like no one's ever over there, no one's gonna bother you, and you're literally just sitting on the rocking chair and watching people ride Big Thunder Mountain. And yeah, it's peaceful, and yeah, it's shaded. And at DAC, James and Griffin, you guys probably know what I'm gonna say because we met there plenty of times, but the sitting area right behind Flame Tree Barbecue, Griffin, you made a friend there with a that big crane. But yeah, it's literally like no one's ever there. I don't know why, because it's so chill. Everyone else like eats to the other side, or like where the other, I guess maybe because there's no like overhead or like pavilion or whatever. But yeah, there's like a pond thing where you can make new friends with cranes, and you could overlook the lake. And yeah, no one's ever over there. It's like super chill. Hollywood Studios, I'm not gonna lie, there's not really anything. I guess maybe if you go to like a show or something, but there's not really, I don't really have a spot. Oh well, yeah, I guess Baseline is pretty cool. That's a chill spot. EPCOT, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you guys with the land. I mean, it's AC and you can eat there, and it's like right when you get into EPCOT, it's like super chill. At Disneyland on the West Coast, I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of AC, so Animation Studios or whatever it is in Hollywood Land, like it's such a huge space, and you can just sit down and chill. AC is blasting at you. What's the other spot in Disneyland? Like they say, like you're either an animation studio person or it's like another spot. I forgot what the other spot is.
Where?
You know what I'm talking about, Ruby?
Where at?
I forget, but they say like you're either an animation studio person or you're another.
Maybe that like museum kind of area by Abe Lincoln, because I feel like a lot of people go in there.
Oh, yeah.
Where they have
I
all
think
the
that is
art
it.
and stuff. I forgot. The other
What's that?
chill spot is where, when it's not Tinkerbell time, is where her mushrooms are. Then you can go in there and sit on the giant mushroom
Oh,
spot.
I've never been in there. Looks cool though.
I took Emily in there.
And then as far as resorts, I mean, yeah, honestly, any of the monorail resorts, I would say Poly or Wilderness Lodge, just because they have like that sitting area at Geyser Point where you basically have a view of the castle, so you can literally like watch fireworks there, or Poly Beach, like sitting in the rock, or not the rocking chairs, or the what is it called?
Like the beach chairs, like the cabana chairs, something like that.
I want to say rocking bench, but I know that's not. Swinging bench, I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
sitting on those, and then yeah, just watching the fireworks like from there. It's super chill.
I just completely thought about it. It's not Trader Sam's, it's not the inside, but it's the outside one. It's like
With the waterfall.
Yes, and
Yeah, I
they
know
always
what you're
have the
talking
life
about, yeah.
singer there too.
All right, well, let's move on to trips and drips. This is a segment where we talk about our recent trips to the parks, talk about the shoes you wore, food you ate, snacks, whatever. I'm gonna go first because I did not go this week. Like I said last episode, it was Memorial Day weekend, and probably should have went because I heard it was slow. Yeah, but I am going on Friday, meeting up with another Canadian homie, Lawrence. He's in town, so gonna meet up with him Friday before I work. But yeah, Griffin, did you go last week?
I went last Thursday and it wasn't too bad, but Yeah, I heard that this weekend was dead for some reason, even though it was Memorial Day, which is usually always busy. I went and ended up meet up with my dad. We started off at Magic. We actually got the Tron boarding group. I got up at 7 to do that. And I've been really good with like boarding groups lately with like Tron and Guardians, like too good at the point, especially with how Tron is now, because Tron doesn't have that like carryover of you can just go whenever you want to. Like you have to use it within an hour of your boarding group time. Whereas Guardians, they don't care whenever you go on, just as long as you're not early. So because of that, I actually kind of like waited a couple seconds to make sure I get it, just because I have to go from Tampa to Orlando. So like it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours at sometimes, depending on traffic. So I kind of let chill, and then I hit it, and then getting like a perfect time to go on that. Won that. It was a lot better this time than what it was the first time I went on, just because I was front row. And honestly, the front row is a lot better than what the like middle of the rows are, just because there's nothing in front of you, so you get that more like exhilarity and like you're actually on a motorcycle type feel. Whereas with like the middle rows, you don't really get that because you get surrounded by people. So it was still fun. I really enjoyed it. It was better than the last time was. It felt longer this time just because of being in the front row, which I liked. And then after that, I hit up a couple rides there. Nothing too crazy, like the usuals, just Pirates. We did a couple of the shows. We did Tiki Room. I haven't been on that in a minute, so we went on that. And then as also just to get some AC because it was hot on Thursday and it was rainy too. So did that. Then we went to, I think we just rode on Carousel Progress too. We rode that and then after that it was our call time for for Tron. So and then when we were at Magic, I wore my Gore-Tex ones, the element ones, like the Curry colorway, just because they're kind of my rain beater shoes now. After everything that's kind of happened with like rain, I just like would rather have those beat to shit than anything else right now at this point. So and then after that, I wanted, because of the rain, I brought my lightsaber with me to the park. Then we end up going to studio so I get some cool pictures. I ended up just posting the pictures yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday, with the lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge. I wore my Tatooine Trader Company shorts, the Fantasy Feeling Star Tour shirt, and then I wore my UNC University Blue foam posits, and then I had my Cal Kestis lightsaber. So got some cool pictures there. Had it cut short, and you can also see in the pictures that I have that I ended up wearing my ACG rain jacket because it started downpouring. Like it was like kind of like a lull, not real rain, and then also started downpouring. But the rain ended up scaring a lot of people away, and I'm getting some cool pictures in front of the Millennium Falcon. And then ended up after that just going on some rides because there was like all walk-ons at that point because there was rain and storm. So it was a good day. It was a lot of fun.
The puddles made it the shots even better, by the way, with the lightsaber.
Oh, that's exactly what I was looking for too, because I knew that like the cool reflections of the actual like lightsaber on the water was going to look so cool, especially because it's like that dark blue too. So I was really
love foams in Orlando. Makes sense with Penny. So shout out foam posits. There you go.
All right, Ruby. When was the last time you've been in the park? Or did you go last week?
Yes, I did. I was at the park on Friday. I wore my Adelaide's Fort out of the office busy at the park t-shirt because I took the day off work to go to Disneyland so that I could see Super Duper Kyle and his wife Jen. Really great to see them. So we met up in Toontown. I was really like flexed out because, Super Duper Kyle's in town. I had to bring the heat with me. So I wore my Travis Scott Olive Jordan 1 Lows and my Stella McCartney Fantasia jacket. So it was really nice. I ended up meeting up also with Phil and Ashley and baby Ruby. So we all hung out for a bit. We went on Runaway together, all of us. So we had our own car, which is always fun. And Jen and Kyle had mentioned they were purposely avoiding like videos. And so they really got to enjoy the ride for the first time, their own experience. I showed Kyle the Club 33 door that's on the ride, which is fun to point out to folks. And then we went over to, we did some Fantasyland stuff. So we went to do Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which makes sense to do with Kyle because we know that's his dude. So we did that. And then we had dinner over or supper. I'll use Kyle's terminology. We had supper over at Plaza Inn. I got the salad from there, which I actually like because they do toss it in the dressing for you and can add or remove any toppings. So I always love a good like salad that's like fully dressed, that you don't have to sit there and try to get dressing all over it at your table. And then we met up with a couple other folks. So new member to the Discord recently, Mansion Creeper, who's up from the Bay Area, and his friend Maddie. So they stopped by. I knew they were going to be in the park, so they came over, chatted with us all for a little bit. And then I think that's pretty much it. Then left for the day. We didn't get to see John. He was going to the park on Saturday, but all in all, it was a really good trip. It was just nice to like chill with friends and hang out in the park. And so glad we got to see Kyle and Jen. And I always look forward to when they come visit Disneyland. So we'll see them again next time. But it's a good trip. I did eat one more food item, but I will save that for my plant-based item.
Cool. So moving on to just kidding. James, we know you had a big trip.
Did have a big trip. It was a wonderful trip because we did literally everything that we wanted to do, and we wanted to make sure that it was special. It was a special trip celebrating my wife opening her own business, so that was kind of our celebratory trip. And yeah, it's always a celebration when we go, because unlike the three of you, I do not live close to a Disney park. So every year it is special. But this one was special because we basically did everything we wanted to do, which doesn't happen every time, unfortunately, because of crowds. But this time crowds were pretty damn excellent, because it was back to almost normal, I would say. And I'm sure Matt and Griffin, you probably know what I'm talking about, because this time last year, it was very busy. So my wife and I recently bought a Tesla. So that was a fun trip down. Yes, believe it or not, we drove all the way from just outside of Toronto all the way to Orlando and back. And it was actually a perfect road trip vehicle. Shout out to Adrian and Ken, who own Teslas. I know Ruby does as well, but I don't think you've done a road trip like Adrian across.
How many chargers total did you have to stop at?
Oh, I don't know. It was like 4 or 5 charges a day. Yeah, so it was our first time staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which was our dream spot. We've never stayed there because, well, it's very expensive. First park day we did was the next day in Animal Kingdom. We did not buy Genie Plus. Because we knew we ended up buying a lightning lane for Flight of Passage, and it was well worth it. I thought the coolest detail of that ride was the Banshees breathing. You could feel the Banshees breathing between your legs. Yeah, Animal Kingdom overall, I got to meet up with our boy Matt. Right at the end of the day, he squeaked in. We were having some flame tree barbecue. And I was glad we got to do a shot in front of the tree, because to me it's just like it's an iconic shot. I always have to get one. I did not get one earlier in the day, hoping that I'd be able to do one with Matt, and it worked out that way. Now, fortunately, popular belief John doesn't understand not going to the parks for 2 days in a row, and that's what we did, because we didn't want to go on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, we wanted to avoid the weekend rush, and instead we enjoyed our resort. We were able to meet up with Ken and Tony. I haven't even mentioned the shoes that I'm wearing yet, but I wore the New Balance 2002 R in the lilac colorway, and I love that shoe. I also brought the Mickey Dunks. They're all comfortable shoes. I'm not wearing. I'd mentioned this before, but I'm not wearing no Jordan 3s to the parks. My feet would be soaked by the end of the day. Now, John messaged me during my trip. Obviously was enjoying the stories he said, but he's like, I can't believe you waited till your very last day to go to Magic Kingdom. He's like, you were there for 6 days. You were there for 6 days already. You haven't been to Magic Kingdom. Yeah, so we saved, arguably for a lot of people, it is the best for last. I will say we had extended park hours, so it really was a full day. And again, we started the way we ended it. So started the day with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That's what we rope dropped, and we ended the day with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Found out it's my daughter's favorite ride, and my son's favorite ride. I will say there is nothing like seeing the enjoyment of your kid on a ride, or meeting a princess, or meeting a character. There's just something about it. So obviously Magic Kingdom was full of a lot of meet and greets that day. And yeah, Magic Kingdom, I will say we were able to go on Tron. We did hit a boarding group. Tron surprised me, mainly because, yes, I knew it was going to be short, but it seemed like from a lot of people it was like, oh, it's mediocre, it's fine. I thought it was a really good ride. I actually thought it felt longer than it was. I will say the takeoff on that ride was a lot faster than I thought it would be as well. Maybe it felt faster because you're on kind of like a open air bike versus like in a seat surrounded by a.
It's the best part of the ride.
Yeah, that launch is pretty cool. I thought it was just a really well done ride. And yeah, there's something about Magic Kingdom. It's funny because it's not in my top 2 parks, but there's something about it every time. They're like, yeah, you have to go to Magic Kingdom if you go. You do feel Walt's magic in that park. So, I forgot to mention. So maybe the best thing I had that day to eat was a Casey's chili dog. And I don't traditionally eat hot dogs. I don't really traditionally eat chili dogs either. But that was a damn good hot dog. I'll say that overall. But yeah, so there you go. Is this going to be a separate part 2 episode? Because I feel like just that.
Matt's just going to put that part of it on 2 times speed. Just to speed up.
Well, dope. Sounds like you had a good time. Lots of food, lots of rides. But let's move on to another food section. Herb's plant-based option of the week.
I ain't eating no beef, cause you know that I'm a vegan. I ain't eating no beef, compassion's what I believe in.
Every week, Ruby will make a plant-based selection for those looking for some healthy in-park food options. Ruby, what would you like to tell John this week?
Well, maybe John wouldn't hate this one as much because it's not trying to be fake anything. But at Harbor Galley in Disneyland this week, I tried the compressed watermelon salad, and it was so delicious. It's compressed watermelon, mixed greens, pickled cucumbers, edamame, radish, carrots, and a tangy vinaigrette. So it's kind of like an Asian-inspired salad. And the reason I specifically wanted to try this was, I don't know if there's a place called Mendocino Farms where you all live, but it's like a fast casual healthy California fare type restaurant, and they have seasonal salads and sandwiches, and they had one that was similar to this that I got one year, and it's like was meant to mimic almost like a tuna sashimi, but it's like using the watermelon and the flavors of like the dressing, and it like mimicked it so well, and it was so good. And I was like, I'm gonna come eat this salad like every day. And I had tried it on the last day that I was there for that seasonal salad.
This is in Disneyland? That sounds amazing.
So the salad that I had was at Mendocino Farms, but I've been like, so I had that salad, and then I've been waiting for them to bring it back, and they never have. But this one at Disneyland was similar to that sounding, so that's why I wanted to try it. And it was actually pretty similar in taste as well. So I feel like, okay, it never came back to Mendocino Farms, but I got to have a version of it at Disneyland, and it was really good. It was very fresh. Originally, Luigi and I were going to share it, and then I accidentally ordered 2 in the app, so then we each had our own. But it was so good. So highly recommend. And for anyone who's like anti-plant-based for whatever reason, if your name is John, I don't know. But this I would consider just like a healthy salad, which I don't think of like meat when I think of salads anyways. So if that like helps you get over the whole plant-based option, just think of it as like a really nice and delicious, interesting salad. But it's very good, and I recommend it.
Well, John does love the wedge salads.
Wedge, yeah.
So I don't know if you can probably get like a hack and get like a side of bacon somewhere and just bring it the salad and just crumble it on top or something. I don't know.
It would be good.
Bacon and watermelon. Sounds good.
It would be good.
Well, all right. Before we wrap up the show, I got a quick question for you guys. All right. You're at EPCOT. You're going to World Showcase. Where you guys going? You guys starting off at Mexico? You guys starting off at Canada?
There's only one right answer to this.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go.
Only
for-
Mexico. You have to start.
Well,
in
let's go. Let's go where. Let's see what Ruby says.
I was gonna
Someone
say
can visit.
Mexico.
Mexico. Right. She's correct.
Griffin?
No, it's definitely Mexico. There's like two big draws to going to Mexico instead of going to Canada. Is that A, it's to the left, so you're going clockwork, which makes the most sense, and B, it's the first ride in World Showcase. Like you can go hop on Grand Fiesta Tour and just like chill there, and then just like hit the rest of the rides. And also, if you want to get a good drink, the tequila and margaritas are also really good there too. So
They need to make that ride, Coco, like ASAP. Just let you know. It's a good ride. It's iconic, but just make it Coco. Come on.
Totally agree with you guys, though. I mean, the right answer is Mexico. Always got to start off at Mexico. I mean, I have done both. We start off at Canada, but I don't even. I feel like every time that I go, I start at Canada or like take a right. It's usually if I have like a lightning lane for like Remy's or something.
Or you get food, or maybe you just want to stop at the cart. Seriously, and get the food, right? Like in Canada, like because you're local, right? So you're gonna go there later in the day. Like as a tourist, you like obviously we did go right. We went to Remy's first, but like we kind of did everything out of order that day. But yeah, if you're starting, you're going in, at like 10 o'clock. Yeah, you gotta go to Mexico for sure.
I feel like it also depends too on like what you're trying to do that day. Like if you say have dining reservations in like France or Japan or Italy, I feel like you're gonna take the right and go there because I feel like it's quicker to go that way than it is to go to the left. But it kind of depends on the day too. But for the most part, I would say left is probably what I always do. I mean, once in a while, maybe go right.
I'm so hungry now, guys. We just talk about food. I'm so hungry. It's midnight. I'm gonna have some midnight snack before bed.
I need to go eat my dinner. I'm hungry too.
Well, on that note, that wraps up the show.
I'm hungry.
We're hungry.
Ruby's got a meal to eat. I'm probably gonna go to sleep, but thank you guys again. Thank you everyone for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a review, check out the YouTube, join us in the Discord, and get your votes in for Kicks to the Castle Park Pop Flex. Voting has started. I mean, while we're recording this is the first day is voting, so I don't know what day we're going to be on once this airs, but yeah, get your votes in and may the best pick win. We are Kicks to the Castle. You can follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to tag us and use the hashtag Kicks to the Castle. My name is Matt. You can find me on Instagram at the Disney Hype Beast. Ruby, how can listeners find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Rubes ROOBSS.
And Griffin, how can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram at big_drip_griff.
And James, where can listeners find you?
Find me in Canada. You can find me on Instagram at JamesBWill2.
And you can find our homie John. See, I didn't forget. You find our homie John being spicy in the Discord or on Instagram, weekends_with_Walt. And that's it. We are Kicks to the Castle and we are out. Peace.
Peace.
Let's take a ride.